Hello, everyone. And welcome.
Welcome back, Sasha.
It's so great to have you here, Marina.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Amazing. Today, we're diving into something truly special.
Ooh, special. My favorite kind of lesson.
Absolutely. We're on lesson 3 of the ICAP capstone project.
Already lesson 3? Time is flying by.
It really is, isn't it? And today's topic, it's all about software architecture to vibe coding.
Vibe coding. I love that term. What does it mean?
It means getting into the flow, Marina. Making coding enjoyable and intuitive. And how do we achieve that?
Tell me your secrets, Sasha.
Today, we're discussing Flask.
Flask? The Python web framework? That's fantastic.
Yes, Flask, but we're supercharging it.
Supercharging? How?
With our AI assistant, Cursor.
Cursor? Oh my goodness. Cursor is a lifesaver.
Isn't it, though? It makes everything so much easier. And then, connecting it all to AnvalDB.
AnvalDB. So a full Python ecosystem then?
Exactly, Marina. Python end-to-end. It's going to be a thrilling journey.
I'm beyond excited.
Let's dive right into our system architecture. We're talking Flask plus Anval.
Okay. Flask plus Anvil. Got it.
The big goal here, Marina, is seamless connection.
Seamless connection to what, Sasha?
To the same server-side Anval functions. And, crucially, the same database.
Ah, so a shared backend. That's smart.
Precisely. Look at the diagram. It tells the whole story.
I'm looking. It's very clear.
We have the browser, right there.
Yes, the browser. Our users interact with it.
It renders HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's standard web stuff, you know?
Absolutely the foundation of the web.
Now, the browser sends an HTML template request.
To the Flask web server, I see.
That's right. Flask is handling our front-end serving. The Flask web server then serves this HTML template back.
Back to the browser. So Flask is delivering the initial page.
Exactly. It's like the initial welcome mat.
A very friendly welcome mat.
Once the page loads, something super important happens.
Oh? What's that?
The browser makes API requests and responses.
Using REST, I see it on the diagram.
Fantastic. And where do these REST calls go, Marina?
To the Anvil application server?
Yes, but via the Flask application server. And it's entirely written in Python.
Python again. My favorite language.
Mine too. This Anval application server then interacts with the database.
The database, the heart of our data.
Precisely. Specifically, an Anval Postgres database. For database query and update operations.
And it uses sockets, Sasha?
Often, yes. For real-time communication, since in our case these are both within Anval's hosted platform. And USNG Anvi's NoSQL query language for direct data access.
Wow, so it's flexible with data access methods.
Extremely. But here's the absolute key takeaway.
The golden nugget. Tell me.
Both our Flask web server and the earlier React application. They connect to and utilize the same backend Anval services.
The same services.
And the same database.
That's brilliant, Sasha. So much efficiency. No need to duplicate the data or server functions.
Exactly. It's clean. It's powerful. It's elegant.
I love elegant solutions.
Now, for our objective.
What grand goal did we set for ourselves?
We wanted to copy our React application.
The one we previously developed, that amazing app?
The very same. Into a Flask architecture.
Supporting a React app to Flask, that sounds like a big job.
It sounds like one, doesn't it? But here's where the magic happens, Marina.
More magic, my favorite.
We asked Cursor, our AI assistant.
Oh, Cursor. I knew it would be involved.
We asked it to create a Flask-based copy, using the exact same server functions.
So Cursor handled the conversion? That's incredible.
Incredible is an understatement, Marina. Cursor efficiently generated all the necessary files.
All of them? Without us lifting a finger?
Well, almost. It created the HTML template.
Wow.
The Flask application file.
Even the Flask app itself.
And the requirements file.
The dependencies too. That's amazing.
It also provided a summary.
A summary of what it did.
Yes, exactly. What it achieved. And what to expect from the Flask project.
So clear instructions too. Cursor is truly a partner.
A brilliant partner. And the best part? The Flask project maintains the same behavior.
The same behavior as the React app?
And the same look and feel.
That's mind-blowing, Sasha. It's like a perfect clone.
It really is. It saves so much development time.
I can only imagine. Hours and hours saved.
Now, let's peek at the Flask user interface.
The UI. Always exciting to see the user's view.
Specifically, the HTML template. You can see how our Flask app serves index HTML.
Yes, I see index HTML there.
This HTML file includes the typical structure. You know, the head, body, all that good stuff.
Standard web page structure, yes.
But here's the crucial part. The JavaScript code.
The code embedded within script tags in our HTML, that's where the magic often lives.
Exactly. We have our client-side JavaScript.
So the Flask server sends the HTML, and the HTML contains the JavaScript.
You've got it, Marina. This JavaScript is super important. It's responsible for making API calls to our backend.
Right? Because the initial page is served by Flask, but data comes from Anvil.
Spot on. For example, you can see the fetch projects function.
Yes, fetch projects. That sounds like it gets our project data.
It does. It will retrieve data to display on the page.
So Flask serves the shell, and JavaScript fills it with life.
Beautifully put, Marina. Absolutely beautiful. Let's continue with the Flask user interface. Here, we have an even closer look.
More JavaScript details, I hope?
Yes, add the JavaScript within the HTML template. The fetch projects function, you see it?
Yes, there it is, looking important.
It uses Axios.get.
Axios, a popular library for HTTP requests.
You know your stuff, Marina. It calls getProjectServer.
That's an API endpoint, right?
It is. Our Flask application will handle that.
Okay, so the JavaScript calls Flask.
Exactly. Now, once that data comes back, the renderProjects function takes over.
Oh, render projects. That sounds like it makes things visible.
It does. It takes the data retrieved from fetch projects. And then, it dynamically populates the HTML.
Dynamically. So it builds the page content on the fly.
Absolutely. Creating those beautiful project cards. The ones you see in our application.
So the page loads empty, and then JavaScript fills it in.
That's right. This client-side rendering is key.
Why is it key, Sasha?
It ensures a super responsive user interface.
Because the browser handles the rendering, not the server.
You got it. The user experience is so much smoother.
That's fantastic. I love responsive UIs.
Now, let's get to the really clever part.
More cleverness? My brain is tingling.
Flask UI to server API calls.
Okay, so how does Flask handle those calls?
This is where our Flask application itself. It acts as a proxy, Marina.
A proxy? Like a middleman?
Precisely. It calls the same server-side functions.
The same ones from the original React app?
Yes, the exact same ones in Anvil. In our app.py file, we define routes.
Routes, like pathways for requests.
Exactly, like getProjectServer.
The one we just saw in the JavaScript.
Yes, and also createProjectServer.
For adding new projects.
And modifyProjectServer.
For editing existing ones. So Flask defines endpoints.
You are absolutely right. Now, for instance, the getProjects function.
The Python function in Flask, right?
Yes, it makes a requests.get call.
Using the request library in Python.
You are on fire, Marina. It calls a base URL.
What's the base URL pointing to?
It points to our Anvil backend's getProjectServer function, using the public link published earlier using the Anvil development platform.
So the JavaScript calls Flask, and Flask then calls Anvil.
That's the proxy in action, Marina. This demonstrates beautifully how Flask bridges the front end.
Bridging it to the shared Anvil backend.
Exactly. It effectively routes UI requests
to the appropriate Anvil server functions,
which then access our database.
This is so brilliant, Sasha. It keeps the front end and back end decoupled, but still connected and using the same business logic.
That's the power of this architecture, Marina. It's truly a flexible and robust setup.
I can see that. It's so clever.
Now, to confirm our hard work.
The moment of truth.
We ran the Flask application locally, as shown in the terminal output.
I see it. It's starting up.
The Flask server starts on localhost.
Localhost at port 5000. That's the default for Flask.
You got it. And below, you can see the proof
A screenshot.
of the application running in our browser.
It looks just like the React version.
Doesn't it? Displaying the familiar iCap Manage Projects interface.
With the project cards and everything. Just like the original React version.
This confirms, Marina, our Flask application. It successfully fetches and displays data
from the Anvil backend. That's incredible validation.
Isn't it amazing how seamlessly it all works?
It truly is, Sasha. This is so exciting to see.
But we didn't stop there.
Oh? What else did you do?
Following local testing, we deployed the Flask application.
Deployed it, so it's live on the internet?
Yes, this deployed Flask application now calls the exact same Anvil server functions.
Still using the same shared backend.
Accessing the same database.
That's fantastic for consistency.
The screenshot here shows the application running live on Vercel.
Vercel, a great platform for deployment.
It confirms its successful deployment and functionality.
So, we have a Flask frontend, a Python Anvil backend, and it's all live.
Yes, Marina. It's a complete, working solution.
That's truly impressive.
And the deployment process itself was quite smooth.
Oh, tell me about it. Deployment can sometimes be tricky.
To deploy the Flask application to Vercel, we first created an account and a project on Vercel.
Standard first steps, yes.
Then, we used the Vercel command line interface.
The command line interface, my favorite way to deploy.
It's so efficient, isn't it? We initiated the deployment process.
And it asked you questions?
Yes, answered a few prompts about the project name and directory.
So, it guides you through it.
Absolutely. Vercel can detect the Flask application.
That's smart. Auto detection makes it so much easier.
And helps set up the deployment, but it needs a little help from our side. We also configured a Vercel JSON file.
That's for custom settings, right?
Yes, which specifies how Vercel should build and serve our Python Flask app.
So a little bit of configuration but mostly automated.
Exactly. The screenshot shows the Vercel command line interface successfully deploying the application.
It's giving you the live production URL.
Yes, linking it to our Vercel project and providing that live production URL.
That's amazing, Sasha. From idea to live application in no time.
It truly is fantastic. It highlights the power of these tools.
I'm just blown away by how smoothly this went.
So, in summary, Marina.
The grand achievements.
First, we successfully created a Flask-based application.
A perfect copy of our React app.
That closely copies the functionality and appearance of our existing React application.
It's like having two identical twins, but one is in Flask and the other in React.
Yes, and here's the crucial part. Most of this application was created by Cursor, our AI assistant.
That's the real game changer here, Sasha. Cursor did the heavy lifting.
It truly demonstrates its powerful capabilities in generating code efficiently.
It's almost like magic, but it's real AI.
It is, Marina. It really is. And finally, we hosted the Flask application on Vercel,
making it accessible online for everyone to see.
Exactly. From concept to deployment, all streamlined.
This whole process is just incredible, Sasha. It makes complex tasks seem so manageable.
That's the goal of iCap Academy, Marina. To empower you with these amazing tools.
And you certainly are. I feel so much more confident.
Fantastic. Now, next up.
Oh, what's next? I can't wait.
We will demonstrate how to create a simple chatbot.
A chatbot? How fun. Using AI?
Yes, and host it on Anvil.
On Anvil again? So Anvil isn't just for databases and server functions.
No, Marina. It's incredibly versatile, further showcasing Anvil's versatility.
I'm so looking forward to that, Sasha. Thank you for another absolutely brilliant lesson.
My pleasure, Marina. Always a joy to share this with you. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. See you next time.
See you.